Start again. Alkem Yaakov, Shebchinas HaSeichel, Alkem Zuchel Chein. מה שנאמר, כי חנן אלקים. Yaakov, we learned before, what's the Prince of Seichel? Never mind what that is. That's what it says, ki Hanan Elikim. Yeah, so we'll start with the first question. Plain question. We'll turn off that light over there. So the first question. Right. Nice. What's the first question? Hanan Elikim. What is it? Where's that question say? Hanan Elikim. We're speaking about Yaakov, comes back home, and Eisav's coming with 400 real bumps, right? And he bows everything, and he meets Eisav and says, Eisav says, I don't want to take your presents, you want to be your presents when you get along with me. So he says, no, take it. Hanani Elekim. What he's saying that Hashem has rachman, and he helped me. He helped me. 20 years I was with Rebbe, and I have everything. Why is he saying such a lesson? Why is he saying such a thing? Now, what we're trying to learn over here, what the Rebbe says, like Yaakov, Seichel, was Zeichet Chein. Because it says ki Hanani. Hanani is not Chein. So let's get back to what we learned over here. We got the Rebbe trying to teach us here. We're deciding to learn our Shiur again. And just to get the point out here, the Rebbe says over here, okay, Alkem Birchas HaShvot, and Yaakov is Zeichet Chein, and therefore he gave the bracha to the Shvatim, also a bracha of Chein. What did he say there? Again, the same language. He says that they just gave me children. So it says here, we see that he gave them a bracha. You think what a bracha over here? Bracha was later, Parash Veichi, we have the bracha. Don't say Chonan over there. Then it says again, Binyomin. Alkem Bircha Yosef later. We got a whole story that in the Mitzrayim, all the Shvatim came to Yosef and everything. And there, Binyomin came, and there over there, Alkem Bircha Yosef B'chein. Elekim Yachnacha B'ni. Hashem should, what does it mean? Maybe it means Chein here, Yachnacha. Well, Yachnacha means again, Hashem should give you the chesed, should be a rachmanus on the chaninus, as a rush of chaninus. And the Rebbe even more goes into this whole thing. Dafki Yosef hayuchal avarchoi b'chein. Yosef, ikul of Yosef, Prince Yaakov, eletoil is Yaakov Yosef. U'ikatod Yosef. The Yaakov had to give the bracha of the chein. Okay, so now it's clear that we're starting to learn over here today. We're learning how to get a bracha. Everybody's interested in that, right? Okay. But the bracha is going to get from Rebbe here. So you see this special Torah that Rebbe was talking, he gives out the point that what I've taught you in this Torah was handed down, from Yetser Hora through a bracha. And that bracha is explaining how it went to Shvatim, how it went to Binyomin. Can anybody understand why he's teaching us this thing? What is he talking about? Now again, the point we have to understand, the first point, is we've learned the Torah over here, which is the inyan of Halos Achein and the inyan of Staklos B'chein. What is the kesher to the inyan of Elekim Asher Chonan, which is Chaninus, which is Rachmanus. So just let's wake up a little, remember what we learned in this Torah. What's the basics of this Torah? We've we've seen that this Torah Rebbe is giving us the base of Avodas Hashem, which is Torah, Tefillah, and a third thing, which is picking up the closest to Hashem always. So you can, the Rebbe says, you have to be mal and mereim the Chein. You can't say that it means just, established, finding Chein by people, but then we're missing the main idea. This Torah, and as we learned, the Rebbe is teaching us 3 pillars of Avodas Hashem. Because the main thing of a person is that he should always be in a chaim of living with Hashem. He should always be in a situation that is close to Hashem. It's full of chiyus. A person should be always close to Hashem. Now, as this thing, we know what it is. We talked about it later. That it's a person really should, really has to be normal. It should be a normal person. It shouldn't be going in darkness. Person with das, that's the seichel. The main thing of a yid, Israeli, you want to be a yid. What you really need is just go with the seichel of the Torah. Now, the plain way of me is just, go with the seichel of me that Eisav gave us the Torah. What's kosher, what isn't, what's good, what isn't, what's good midas, what's bad midas. So in everything, really, you have a way of looking at the world. I get up in the morning. What does the morning mean? Birds singing? No, it means 12 chakras, It means a new thing. Hashem's waiting for my Kriyas Shema, and I make an achazruch for him. And I make the whole world sing. Ah, wow. Yeah, the way the world is, Hashem made the world. We should give him Shiur, said the Medrash. That's why he made the world. He wants to hear our Shiur. That's the morning. What is eating? It's about making bracha and benching and eating kosher. And what am I alive about? My life is I'm a person. The world has emunah in Hashem. I know about Hashem. I know about Avdos Hashem. I believe in him. I think about him. I know about Hashem pratis. And everyone looks at what I'm doing. It makes a difference. So we have the Torah. That's the plain Torah. That's the plain seichel. And when we die, what the Rebbe says, Ish Yisraeli Tzorch Tomid the stack of the seichel, sheyesh b'chol davar can mean the plain way of seichel. A plain way of seichel. There's a seichel everything. The way of the Torah, the way of a normal person. What am I living about? But then the Rebbe reminds that we will talk about a deeper depth, something more pnimi, which is the derech of what the Rebbe's megala and Rav Noson's megala all around of how there's everything. There's a pnimius. With the Rav Noson's Torahs, Rav Noson elaborates so much and everything that we can really understand. We get the pnimius of the Rebbe's teaching us, which is based inside Rebbe. Always remind every Torah reminds something which is based on the Baal Shem Tov, which comes from the Zohar, so it's the way that we can accept it. Only Rav Noson, but it's short. It's the Yonah of the Baal Shem, how there's pnimius and everything, which means that Rebbe is around. That he's everything. It's here. There's chiyas alakus and everything. And my thing, my machshav, my dibber, my ma'asim, I attach the world back to the Eibishter. Doimim, Sameh, Chaim, Medaber, I attach. So I have to have that emun in Hashem. Then when I do a mitzvah, there's a pnimius in a mitzvah. I can do a mitzvah, and I don't know for whom I'm doing it. I have no chiyas that make an achazruch for the Eibishter. And I don't know that I'm malam the Shechin, and I'm mal the Malchus, and I'm Shamoicha. There's a lot of stuff in it, If you don't know, you don't know anything. But all that pnimius you makabel through kesher, the kashas from the chacham, you kasher yourself to the tzaddik, which they have the chacham. They teach you the seichel. You kasher. So first you have a plain seichel you have. Now that's what we are. We have to be normal. Yeah, everybody's woke, There's animals woke, You got to be normal. Be normal. There's a normal thing. And only we know what normal means. It's the third day, which together is the Shulchan Aruch. But if you do that, and if you're interested really and accepting the all of the Yetser Hora, which is the Seichel, the Yetser Hora, Yetser Hora is crazy. Crazy. And there's no meaning in life. There's no meaning in anything. And there's bitterness. It's crazy. It doesn't work. It's dark. And Rebbe gave us the Torah. Well, so we know that's the Chein and the Cheshivas and Amitis Yisrael. We have a Chein b'Einei Hashem. We're the Rebbe's Nachas. So we're full of charm. We have a charm by Hashem. That's our charm. It's like a dark place. There's light shining out. It's beautiful. It's like a prism full of colors. It's beautiful. Wow. Yeah, that's the color. And we're full of Nachman Chein by Hashem. That's what the world's made for, isn't it? You know, the darkest day, most sleepiest matzav, cold, frozen, rainy day, you know. It's all full of light. And they gave us the Torah. And whoever wants to make a Torah and go to there for the Yetser Hora, there's no question about it. He comes to Tsaddik. Can you tell me how to do this? How get more into the Torah? And there's no question about it. He's going to end up to a kesher to the Earth Pnimis Torah, which today's Surah Nasan was made everything very open. People get some from Baal Shem Tov, everybody has inyan. But from Nasan, there's a job. It's like brought down to us. Everything's very wide. The Rebbe's the mood, it goes to the top and to the bottom, to the wide. You'll find your place. It's a fact. There's a Rebbe, there's Ram Nosson, and it's a fact. The Rebbe talks about Hashem and every Torah, and talks about Zohar. It's a fact. It's just, let's not go into things that people can be mixed up about. It's so plain. It's so wonderful. Now we have to get into that kesher. That when you go into that kesher, it's a different world more. It's that you can do things that you can attach yourself to what you. When you think your kesher machshava becomes, you can be mekasher your heart. Your machshava to do Hashem's rotzna, even if it's a thing which is plain is very problematic. There's a bad side. There's a lot of bad things, like money, food, the world, the house, and everything is mekusha. It's not mekusha because you're mekasher your heart. You're thinking about something else, and you're really thinking about it very strong. Like you can do it very strong, then you're very good on a high level. You can do it a little bit, so you're doing what you can, which is also very good. You get a half, you're a tzaddik. You're like just a little bit more than a little bit, you're a good guy. You're doing a good job. And if you cry later for Hashem, you fix it up. Well, nothing tells us how to live it this way. Now, this Torah, so we started again what we're supposed to be doing, what we are, right? That we're supposed to be dubbing the seichel in a way that the Chossid seichel that pnimi sheyesh b'chol davar. At least the seichel should be davar, right? Now, this lesson Rebbe teaches us: watch out, because you're just a human being, and even that is very hard. Very hard. There's times you fall down, you don't understand anything, and there's times so what is the thing that you really hold on always? So Rebbe said, holding out always, it's very easy. It's except let the light get into you, the light of the sun, which is the seichel, shine into the moon, shine into your plain situation, your plain mean heart, the point of the moon of your heart. Do something for Hashem. Just remember Hashem is here, and I can always do something for Him, and I have to do something because I have to bring in light into this world. I have to be mechaya. The sun, the moon is dark, and the Shechina is dark. And if I just do anything, I'm mechaya the Shechina. So that's the situation we always have to do. That's called Finas Lavan, Finas Nun. Now, it starts this Torah off. We just remembering what we learned over here to understand the scene of Yaakov, how Yaakov was Zeicher to Chein. Yaakov isn't Chein, it's Seichel. Why is Zeicher to Chein? It's just opposite, right? Yaakov was Zeicher to Chein. Yaakov is a Seichel, not the Chein. He is, what's the Zeicher to Chein? The Rebbe starts this Torah, starts off the way that we're married, with the main way we live always. That we always come back to the point of Emunah in Hashem. I have Emunah in Hashem. But then you see, yeah, I have Emunah, but it's NA, not applicable. It's no difference, you know. So that's not Emunah. You have to apply it, right? So how do you apply it? So the Rebbe says now there's a playing way, which is like the thing that we spoke about. There's the thing you have to get chius into yourself. The point of Emunah you can always do this 20, 30 times a day, and you're alive, and you're Mechayel Shechina, and you're in a place where you're at the Yetser Hora, you're getting out of the darkness, and you're in a place with simcha, chius. It's a different world. What do I got to do? Let's get back to the point of Emunah. Okay, so I got Emunah, so what? No, but now wake up your Emunah and attach it to. So I have Chein b'nei Hashem. Hashem has nachas for me. But I am Chein. I'm the charm of Melech Malach HaMelachim. This b'nei B'char Yisrael. Moshe comes to Pari and says, "You see that guy? Those guys, wearing those shoes and pushing and sweating, working like horses and getting hit the whole day." B'nei B'char, they're the children of Hashem. He wants to laugh his belly off. B'nei B'char, what are the sons of God? Yeah. Well, that's what we are. We're the Chein of Hashem. Whoever joins the Torah club, it's a Torah. Being a Jew is joining the Torah club. That's all. You're B'nei B'char Yisrael because you really accept what Hashem wants. You're Chein and the nachas b'nei Hashem. It's such nachas from you. Now that Chein grows. It's a drop. It's a very plain seichel. It's a very plain meaning. But you can work with it. You can be enough. I remember as a kid, down the shul in some area of Spencer, somebody lived about 2 miles away from the shul. Used to come every day, tall, more than 6 feet. He came from sophomore, right? But he was a young kid, and they put him. The government sent him to Texas. So he was a cowboy, a farmer, right? Then later he woke up. His father Saturday put him a hat, and everything. But he was a cowboy. The guy just not a davening. He used to look in the sky and tell us the weather to the day. They're farming. They knew exactly. And the guy used to come to shul, such a brand. I was kind of this guy, like Tsaddik goes. Chach was going to shul. It was like, wow. We had the Chein of that mitzvah. No, we can have that Chein in our tzitzis. In the Shiur we're learning now. In the bracha we're making. It's very plain. This thing that I have Emunah, and I'm picking up the Chein. This is what Rebbe means to me. Binyomin Pshitas means I believe in Tzaddikim, that I have to be Dovik in Hashem. I believe that there's Ruchnis, and the main thing is the Eibishter, Have, Yira, Kedusha, everything. But then there's Binyomin Pshitas, but I know that I can do it every day. There's something I can do right now. There's no situation in the world, with the worst Ganav Gazla, worst Ritzay, he just killed somebody, a knife is dripping of blood. Go down, Mincha. You ate a Suda and you're one piece of Mayim B'chorayim. Wash your hands, Mayim B'chorayim. Because you're always going to serve Hashem, because Hashem gave us the Torah. And our machshava and our rots of tshuva is an iron bomb. Blows very clippers. A dibra vidui builds a building, but you don't believe it. Because you have Emunah, but you're not applying the Emunah in a very plain way. There's the first thing to apply the Emunah, you have to apply the Emunah in a way that you come to the union of, I have a Chein by Hashem, and I am the Chossid. This is the Chashivas. I'm Chossid by the Melech by Hashem. This is the real stuff. In the world, there's things that have a charm, right? But they don't have a real charm. They don't have a real charm at all. Rebbe talks about the charm of a Yid. He says Chein and Chashivas. When he talks about Yetser Hora, our problem, he switches it around, the Chashivas and the Chein. Because by the world, what's Choshiv? You make it Choshiv. You take a company, a summit company, advertising company, branding, what do you call it? Marketing company, and it becomes known. Take the guy with the big hat, Marlboro cigarettes. He's dead because of cigarettes, but yeah. And you make a whiskey, and all the Tavis Niyaf and all Tavis Moment, all because they make it flush. There's nothing in it. You take a stinky bath, stinky thing, a stinky Averis, everything, and make it big. We talk about it. So by the word, they make it Chossid, so it has a Chein. Or else it's Chein. It's nothing. It's crazy that you can fool the whole world. This generation is very special on that. Right. But Klein is the opposite. But Klein is the opposite. We have the stuff that's the real Chein. And that's Chossid by Yid, really. It's the real Chossid that has to be Chossid because you have the Rebbe demands two things. We're going to have to understand what we're doing further on. The Svint, if we get there today. When we model the Chein, we have to get it out of knows that I know this is my Chashivas. This is what's Chossid in my life. A person, Torah and the way is Chossid. Some people in college, the degree is Chossid. Money is Chossid. Most people's eating and sleeping is Chossid. That's nothing else means anything. No, it's very Chossid to say Hashem. This is what we really want. You have to be mal v'chein and meroimim. Now there's thousands of levels of this. It's just getting into the point of getting out of this emptiness. There's no light. There's no Lavan. It's a dark night. And picking it up a little bit, right? And a little more. There's just like 4 or 5 things you can do right away in the beginning. Change, I'm a Chein in Hashem. I have a simcha. I believe what I'm doing. I get it. I'm happy. It's very easy. That changes the whole picture. And that's what the Rebbe teaches us. You have to do that a lot of times. Because you want to understand and everything, do anything, you don't do anything. Because that's what the world is about. It's a place of darkness. When it's dark, you just have to get a little bit of the light of the moon, flashlight. You gotta just put on something, light, some candle. You need something. And that's where Hashem made this world. That we have to mevar the berur, and we have to fix these things. We have to go out to places that are not off of the place. It's very dark. So the Rebbe is teaching us Kabbalah, the highest level of things. Teaching us, there's the sun. And this is where you have to strive, English? Strive. Strive to. I want to get to that. But always, I'm happy for whatever I get, because there's nothing better. Because this is the way life goes. So I just do whatever I can. Now, this is the main teaching of this Torah. There are the 3 pillars of Hashem. First thing is Torah. Second is Tefillah. Third thing is the way of life, which is Ma'ala Meroimim B'chein. And that Chein, as we have explained, these 2 things go together. I think the Rebbe reminds us at the beginning of the Torah, and reminds later on, which is after we're reminded right now. The thing of a Status V'Seichel comes after you start the first thing. You start, it should be Meroimim B'chein in either place. Later on, you'll get more Seichel. You get more until you get mamash the seichel. You started learning. It's for the Tsaddik and everything. You have getting ideas. But then you go up and down. And this is really what the Rebbe explains at the end over there. The Prinas Nun is Lavan. And he doesn't, the beginning of seichel, he explains a lot about what seichel is. You ever learned this Torah? Yeah? He explains a lot. It comes to the says you can't do it just when you get a Lavan. It doesn't say what to do at all. That's not nice. What's the answer? Well, the answer is from Torah. Really, in the beginning, he already said what he means. What he means later is the thing he says in the beginning of it, which is the Ma'ala Meroim. This is the thing of the Lavan. So we have 3 things we have to hold on always. Torah is a start over. There's a mitzvah from the Torah, which you don't have to do nothing, just open safe on that. And that's what you have to do all the time. You have to force yourself into it. You sit down, learn 10 minutes. Open the book, dream, some coffee and a cigarette will help you. No, just taking a walk maybe will. Some explain this, but I think you really need tefillah. You really need a lot of tehillim, tefillah, and over here the Rebbe explains 7 levels of tefillah. 4 times he says the lashon of this kabbalah tefillah. So everyone is a different level, as we explained. We can't go back to that. The first level is to just get into the way of tefillah. Like it, to feel that I'm mishabeach, I'm bezamer to Rebbe, he likes it. And then you have Bakosha. That's first level. Second level, you have Tefillah with Seichel a little bit. You understand what you're saying. So that's the thing of Seichel. Third level is overcame bein Hashem, because you're getting into Avodas Hashem. Fourth level that you have Divrei Chaim. Then starts the levels of Chochmah and Pnostov is with the Sarachamim, and Pnostov is the Kli of Abdech, and he's explained everything. You're L'nachas Lein Hashem, and then the Yetser Hora is Kabbalah Satchvila. That's where the Rebbe finishes with us. Shmoyim Dvurav and Eskalpa Kashas. That's when the Tefillah is Mekubal. Now, really, this Kabbalah Tefillah is a thing that is, we shouldn't never be in a situation I have to have Hashem become my Tefillah right now. It means, an operation, something's terrible. Save him, the acts should cut, Well, we shouldn't have such situations. Sometimes there is, but Kabbalah Tefillah means you can always see that Hashem is always become my Tefillah. Right? Well, when it comes to Avodas Hashem, that's where you really have a mini Yeshua every day. Bashkim is Achios. Give some Yerushalayim. You know where to do tshuva. That's where you really need Kabbalah Tefillah, And Panos, you also need it, right? Right, but you don't need it today. You owe $1 million, but you don't have to pay it right now, Nobody's going to kill you, so. But Hashem is going to help you. Help slowly. Okay, we've spoken about all those things. We went over again at the points of this Torah. 3 things of Avodas Hashem. We always start with Torah. Always start with Limud Torah. Start learning. Torah b'koyach. In Limud Torah, there's also the Rebbe explains the levels of Limud Torah. Torah Nigla, Torah Shabbatistic, Torah B'kiyas, Torah Yin. It's all levels of how to get more chiyas of Torah. So you just do a level you can. Just do it. The second is a lot of tefillahs. Just always be. Torah is you're learning Torah. I should be close to tefillah. If it's not connected, say not learning Torah to be close to Hashem. So you're going to miss out something on the main point. Torah should bring you to tefillah. Torah and tefillah together, right, brings you that you're always malad and Moharan the Chein Yisrael, and you're growing to get through the seichel. Now we've learned before that Rebbe says 5 things really about the seichel. This of seichel, which is Haloah Sachein, and seichel it's like Chochmas Odom Torah Pranav. You have a light in your eyes. You see the whole world differently. You see everything in a different way completely. You see it in the way of Avodas Hashem, where it brings you fulfillment and happiness and nachas for the Eibishter and everything. Then Rebbe says this is Prinas Yaakov. That's where we're holding now. That's why we had to make a chazar on the whole shiur. Rebbe says Prinas Yaakov. Yaakov fights with Eisav, right? Eisav is the part. Yaakov is not the part, right? So Yaakov, of course, is the Kedusha, right? But we know that there's a level of Yisrael and a level of Yaakov. This is a lower level, right? Yaakov was called Yaakov when he was fighting with Eisav. When he won Eisav, he was called Yisrael already, right? So Prinas Yaakov is he was Zeicher to Bechorah. Why? Because he looked into the Seichel. That was his thing. He's working by Lavan in this world. 20 years of working with animals, with sheep, very hard, day and night working. But he was Taddik. Yaakov, you can explain. He's serving Hashem with everything. Now the Tsaddik can teach us a way how we can serve Hashem with things we have. Sleeping, getting up, eating, people, house. And there's other things that have panos, the Eridas and everything. There's always a way to find how Hashem is with me. And the way to see the seichel of the Emunah, the seichel of the mitzvahs, finding it in every varishus, how to Hashem Shemayim, finding your nefesh, finding out what's going on in my life. Where am I right now? Whether you read the Baruchnis or you read the Gashmis, with some kind of atzvus, some kind of pain, like the nefesh, a lot of outputs in the world, bad things going on, and people suffer. Get out of it, because that's something Hashem sent me. You know how to get back to Hashem. This is what seichel is about. Seichel is in all these levels. It works. In the daily lives, it works. There's the tzeisus and everything. The schiyas that it goes, and I'm attaching, and then you feel that kedusha of the chiyas that it goes, ahav, year. These things are wonderful. Rebbe says this is called Yaakov, right? Was Yaakov Chakmani, he was smarter. Yeah, smarter than Eisav. He took out the Bechorah and the brother. Okay, so now we've learned about this whole. We've learned about it. Now let's get out to understand what today we're holding here. That Yaakov Shebchinas HaSeichel, right? Zocha Chein, and it says by him Ki Chanani Elokim. Why did he say this pasuk Chanani Elokim, which is said to Eisav? We find the version of Chein a lot of times by Yaakov. It says Emrim Zochein Beinecha, says that 6 times. There's 6 times it says at the beginning of Parashas. Right? It says Chein. Why does it be Chanani Elikim? The Rebbe wants to, it has some meaning in it. What is it? Why do you say that? But now we have to understand. We've learned so long this whole thing. The Rebbe explains that our job is always to get ourselves out of the Yetser Hora, because the Yetser Tov. The Yetser Tov is always connect to Hashem the way you can right now. And try to look at the previous Haseichel, which is always connect right now, which, as we said before, is get back to Emunah with some charm and pull yourself to Hashem. Wherever you are, Shel Tachtis, wherever it is, just get sleepy, tired, nothing is working, find something, do a few times, and be with Simcha, because you've earned something, you've done Hashem's Rotz, it's true, so you can, it's something in your life, or else it's not there, Yeah, right. It's good to do it. But you know how to do it? You know how to do it? You know how to do it? Huh? Well, why you idiot? No, I'm sorry. I beg your pardon. Huh? If you know how to do it, you got to call another guy and tell him, hey, you'll be Machai another year. You need a friend for this. I'm sorry, I just want to, because I'm already at Yosef. This thing is so easy. It's just you need a friend. You need yourself. You need yourself to do it. You have to have tefillah for it also, which I forgot. But this is what I am. This is what this bird really does. Brings you back. You know how much a friend could do that? It's like, oh, back. Oh, come on, wake up. You're good. You're great. No, you ain't, Hey, help. We only talk to. So we got to fix that, right? Okay, so you're a good boy, right? You do it. That's you're doing it. You're not there. Okay. So that's the first step. We got to get out of this, right? We got to wake up. We got to wake up the chain of everything. The Rebbe says through that you got to get to tefillah, right? And to that you have to get to living into the kedusha. Now wait a minute, but how do I get into living in kedusha? It's again everything through prayer and tefillah. The Rebbe explains it here very lengthily. First level, that when you start learning Torah and tefillah, you start to go into the life of the connection with the Eibishter. Think thank you, a bunch of stuff. See how good it is to saying thank you. So I say, yeah, I'm going to ask Hashem for something. I rely on him, and I'm going to see that he really does help me. We're praying for Mashiach, but he still didn't come. Maybe he did. I don't know what he did. It doesn't look right. But we know that every tefillah is heard, and it's going to become. So in life, it's also everything you pray for, you get a little bit when you need it. And you get that. The whole thing you get, you don't even notice the whole thing happen. Things just happen. Because we're not ready to see this and glowing, but sometimes it does happen. This is going to happen, but then we forget it. And also we have to really, so that's the first step. Getting into seeing that Hashem is here, and this is my tefillah, this is thanking Hashem and asking, right? Get into this thing, right? The second thing is the Rebbe teaches us how to daven, how to talk to Hashem in a circle, which is the thing of stuckness with circle. And it should be divrei Chein, it should find Chein. And there explains at the end that this is B'chinas Chof Nachas. Now, we've learned this together, but none of everybody learned this, that the kavanah of Nachas and Tov is before in Zer Kodesh, it's Chaim. It's not only the word, it becomes a word Nachas. It's your Nachas Hashem because you're going up to the Midas Arach, which is Tov. Tov is the Kli of Atik Yoimin. It's like the kavanah of to come to Shabbos, which we say Shabbos by Musa. It's the Dargus of Midas Arach. That's where the Tfilas are, but Kubal. So we've learned that, and we're at that point, because that's what the Rebbe means. We're learning today. But the Rebbe starts over here. Alkim means that he was able. Yaakov is now we're trying to learn today's lesson. Right? Therefore, Yaakov is harping. Yaakov is the thing that we're still fighting with Eisav. We're living in this world. We're surrounded with a lot of. The Gemara says it's like 70 wolves around one sheep. Oh wow! That's not a sheep; it's just a small chicken. Worse than 70 wolves, right? So it's around that. So that's what we are in life. Ruchnius were that way all the time. There's no chaskis, no friends, such Yetser Hora, such emptiness. So we're really, really surrounded, right? So that's Pilas Yaakov. Yud Eikev. The Das, the Chochmah, the Yud is Eikev. It's very low. And you're surrounded with Eisav, huh? You're going to your arch enemy, and he has 40 guys. Just let him get you a piece of 5 minutes, get rid of this guy. And I'm waiting 20 years for this. He was waiting 20 years. It's actually coming. Yaakov knew 20 years. And one day I'm going to get back to him, and he's going to come and get me. Right? And he lived his life with the Tach and Emunah, with the family and everything. But this guy's going to get me. He's after me. It's a mafia. He can't get with me. Right? He comes forward at him. And what is he coming for? Sense of a present, praise. He gets ready for this big war right now. And he sends a present. Now, what is this present, right? It's Chein. He got down to work with this thing of charm. He knew that he can be Ma'ur, the Eibusher's Rachmanis, that the Eibusher should make this person change. Now, this is the hardest thing in the world, make a person change. You've got power. What do you need holiness? And we say, let's try it. It makes power change his mind, say, go for vacation. Oh, he didn't do that. Haman, he did it. It's hard to change a person. But the Torah is telling us that really the way that the God changes is, there is a way to change his back. To change. It's a way to change ourselves, our Yetser Hora. That's the main thing we need over here, right? When you have Yaakov, right, and you're surrounded with Eisav, all your atzvas, your worries, right, everything. So what I need now is to be Ma'al the Chein, right? That's what I need. My avodah for Hashem is to pick up the Chein, my connection with Hashem. And this has to work now, the Gashmi. Rebbe starts in the beginning. We didn't talk about that right now. Rebbe said, every time you do that, Baruch, it helps Begashmi also. It helps Begashmi also. So that's the part of the Shtadlus, everything is connected. Because that's what's calling, look at the Seichel of everything, Because that really this world isn't for real. It's all from Tefillah. And whatever I do for Avodas Hashem, picks up the Gashmi. Whatever I did wrong makes me a problem. Then I have problems with it. There's something wrong. If we do tshuva, everything will be okay. You can always fix everything. You get the whole picture of what's going on. So Yaakov looks at the world, and he's going to Eisav, and he says, there was a zeicha the Chein in a way that this guy's going to change. Okay, right? So that's what it means over here. So there was a zeicha the Chein. Yaakov is, of course, was zeicha the Chein. When he's zeicha the Chein, he was zeicha the Pchayre. He has the light of the Seichel. The light of Pnimis, the Torah, everything is Yaakov. Was zeicha. Was zeicha the Pchayre, Reishis Chochmah. And then we have explained that that's the B'tzias of the Neshama of a Yid. Just Kodesh Yisrael says, and Rebbe the Nofach, Mateicha Nofach, it's Achdus Hashem, he was zeicha. It's Achdus Hashem, we have the Kodesh Yisrael Hashem, Reishis Tviyos, and Zeicha says, you're Ach Uchid Shem Hashem. Veipach Hashem Alkim, and the Nofach, Mateicha Nofach, Hashem gave us this, Mamash Kedush, and you say, Lechain. So now we get that. We have to remind the whole thing just to answer this question. He has to be zeicha the Chein now against this arch enemy who's waiting for him, and 400 people of Eisav, the whole Sitrach, all the Koch of Sitrach in the world, which in 1 minute can erase all Klal Yisrael all over. And he has no way to get out of it. He just has to get rid of it. How do you work with this guy? Now, he went to Lavan for years to serve Hashem, even in the Gashmis. which is Chein. Loving God, now he's coming, can I be mounting this din of Eisav, my avoid, what I was there for the Chein. Now the Rebbe teaches us before that when you're Malachin, you're Zeichet Tefillah, which is comes to Nachas, it's tough, and it's Midas Rachamim, right? That's what we learned 2 lines before. Now you can understand what the Rebbe says here. Alkem, he was Zeichet Lechein, even Eisav. He says, Ki Chanani Elekim. That means the Chein was ordered to be Nachas, which is Midas Rachamim. Again, to make the point again, we explained that the union of the Tov, right, which is Choykik Chakika, and the union of the Skablas Atfilis means Midas Rachamim. This calls Midas Rachamim. This means that we have to get to Yetser Hora, we have to get to the Kli of Atik, the Moichin, Shleimus HaMoich, that are like Shabbos. Can't talk too much about that, but that's Midas Rachamim. That's why the Rebbe explains over here. He said right away, he told Eisav, Eisav meets him and says, I gave you a present, which means I'm going to find Chein in your eyes. Will it work? Or else I'm going to tell the guys, run away, He's split everybody up to Ramach. We're going to start war. Everybody's ready, everybody's standing on, like a runner, standing. You jump. And he said, I don't want your present. No. That means war. Right? Right? And but Yaakov said, I know that my prayers will come. That I'm going to find Chein, the Chein that became Chanani. And that's in our life also. In Ruchnius, it's by us, the person. This is what he did. He has no moich, he can't daven, he can't learn. Has more Yetser Hora problems, nervous wreck, whatever. And problems in Panos and problems all around, right? And only the Hashem can help us. Like, if you have Chanani or Alkem, so it has pity on you. What's the pity? I find it as chaskes. I hear the Rebbe's words. I open my eyes. There's a light in me. I find it there to start learning, start davening, and the Kedusha comes back to me. Now that's really our life. Our life is up and down. It's always fighting with Eisav, and we always need Torah, Tefillah, and Halos, Achein, Hamiti, in some level of Seichel we need. But then we go always in a fight, we're on the front, right? Here's where we're starting to learn now. We just started. There's more to it. Stay tuned, There's more. This is like this way. This explanation opens up the meaning of this whole thing. The rest of this whole piece is like a bracha. You don't understand what's going on here. Now we start to understand what's going on here. What's going on here? The Rebbe explained. Okay, we explained to you what the main things Avodas Hashem is. Grab Torah, and get into Tefillah. Try to use Tefillah should be closer and closer. And that way, you'll be able to pick up that Chein from a Seichel Pashit. It should be a Seichel Avodas Hashem. Sometimes you'll be able to do it, eat B'Kedusha, walk on the street, the Eibishter. Those with Vatlas of Torah, and so learn mitzvah, learn Torah and B'Kedusha. Do mitzvah, sort of feel the Kedusha of your house, feel the Kedusha in yourself. It's very nice, it's great. But you want to when you have those downs, What do you do? So he had a guest, Eisav. So Hamas guy, comes in. Yeah, man. What do you do? What do you do? Bishop, I prayed so much, I should be ready for this. But I'm not ready. I'm hungry, It's always an animal, Came back to you. And he's so bad, he's so empty. Going on. So you're Prince Yaakov, you're not Yisrael anymore. That's what the Rebbe says. Okay, Yaakov, explained that Yaakov was supposed to be Seichel. No, he was Zeicher to metak with the Prin of Chein, even at the lowest level, when you're face to face with your enemy. Nemesis. I said, Nemesis. Yeah, he had, guys, what do you do now? What do you do now? I know the Eibishter can help me. There is a Rachmanos of the Eibishter wherever I am. If it's before I fell, You're not going to focus. You can find a way. If you didn't want to do, to hold on, you said, I'm taking vacation, an hour now from Ruchnes. So, and you fell down, there's Rachmanis there also. Wherever you just start, when you wake up, get back. There is a midas rachmim, how to come back to be a normal guy, to be an Oved Hashem, to be the Kedusha. And now this is what the Rebbe was machadish. There is a midas rachmim in the world. We went on to Mitzrayim, Moshe Rabbeinu, Yepod, I say Yepod, midas rachmim. He took us out of Mitzrayim, he at Yepod, midas rachmim, he was
activated.
Yeah, he activated that our tzakos b'nei Yisrael should be mekubal. He was mamshech the moichin. We were able to go out of Mitzrayim. We couldn't get out of Mitzrayim. We're all the whole bris and the haftocha and everything. It's just couldn't get out. But we didn't believe Moshe. Like the parsha this week said, it's very hard to come back to Hashem. You have to shave with him right now. When a person wants to do tshuva, right? It's like the Mitzrayim. You come, Moshe, I don't believe in you. Who are you? What? Yeah, Mitzrayim. What are you talking about? He said, okay, now I believe it. There's those three wonders of the world and everything. Well, it looks interesting. And they had a Kabbalah that is, the great grandfather said, Yifka, that's the true Messiah, So, right? They believe in it. They're happy already. Then a week later, man, they're dead. Will you make bricks? But I'm not giving you any Chomageddon. I said that.
Material.
No material, make bricks. And you got to fulfill exactly like you made a full hour, 12-hour shift as it was before. Or else, beat you up. You see, Moshe, you just made promise. You just to make us stars. The same thing if a person starts doing tshuva. Oh, Yetser Hora. He's going to beat you up. It's going to be the worst situation ever in your life. He's going to throw you down a shul tachtas. It's not that bad because over there before you were completely lost. Now you didn't have to know what that's the way it goes. Alkim and Moshe, Hashem. So that's Parshas Pharaoh. Alkim, Hashem had to explain what midas adin is. That you have to believe that midas adin is Hashem. It's a part of getting there. It's a part of Takas Adin. Because this world is a olam magashva. It works in this system. There's dinam. You have to be metakin step by step. And when you want to be metakin, the Yetser Hora gets even more. You want to be close to Hashem, you're going to be far. You're not interested at all, you keep Shabbos? Try. I had the Shabbos for Shabbos of my life. It was very interesting. Very heartbreaking first time. Something, a very experience. Nice experience. Yeah, that's right. So you have these people that come for a Shabbos, have an expert Shabbos. You have this Chassidish guy, he's all white, he's all that. He doesn't feel Shabbos at all. Why? Why is he closed up? Because Yetser Hora wants to get him down and he's not ready for it. You gotta be fresh, you gotta freshen up all the time. You have to know this is wonderful. Shabbos, it's not just plain. And this is what the Rebbe changes us. The Rebbe gives us in that thing. Hashem doesn't want me. I can't freshen up. When I want to come to Hashem, there's always a big war. The more you want Shabbos, you got to feel far for Shabbos. The more you want to be happy, you got to be more. That's for sure. You got to watch out these things. You want to do tshuva, kedusha, tahara. But if you know the whole thing, look at this. You can be strong in the beginning and watch out. I know this emptiness doesn't mean anything. I have my Yerushalayim, I have my Ritzaitis, I'm holding on, I'm screaming, I shouldn't forget, I hold myself back. You get used to good midas, you get out of it completely. But there's a time which you have to go back to, back to Piachiras, back to the places where you were. So this is what we're learning about right now. This is the whole thing we're learning about. So Yaakov means that a person falls back down the place. He stands with Eisav, and he gives him the present. Now, what was the present Yaakov gave to Eisav? But that's the Torah. So a lot of members over the eight times. But Binyomin, it means that you give for the clippers, you give them the psoilis. Let's just make it a plain way. Okay, we're in this world, right? We have to give for the Yetser Hora every day. You know what? You gotta eat. You gotta sleep. You know, right? You have gashmis. You have people to people. A lot of fights. You go into something. You have to give for the Yetser Hora his part. You know, you can answer Yotzer. You know, give him what he is. Right? And that's what the world is. Our gashmis, the world is. It's the money. It's the whole thing. It's just rubbish. You have to give it to him. Because you have to prove the mitzvahs, and that goes to the bad for him. He has his chiyas, and you don't give him anything else. Now, this is the fact with Eisav. The Yaakov gave him this. He said, I know what you want. You want to drown me, yeah? You want me to drown me out? I know. I learned from my daddy that this is the way to do sitch right, huh? He says, no, kechanani elekim. No, kechanani elekim. I can give you chesed. I can help you. And that's what he really helps him. He made him, they shouldn't bother us. I went into something very deep right now, so I don't want to elaborate about it. This is what's going on here. Let's get further on to this story. The first thing is to understand how what we live through right now here is very important for us. Yeah, when we go back down to a very low level and we see we're falling down, right? We have to know Hashem gave me the purpose to wake up the Nekudas Chein that is with me in all situations. And this, I'm doing the Shiur, which is I'm bringing the Sarach into the world with my urine. That's why I want to explain what this thing of Yaakov and Eisav. There is a mitzvah that I'm going through, where a person has to work and sleep and everything, and as his Yetser Hora, this is the way it has to be. This is the and he says Chanani Alkim. I know how to serve Hashem in all these situations. So that's why Chanani is Chein. Right. Let's just go back to a point. Also, there's a machlok is what the types of the word Chein is. Rashi says one thing in Noach, what's a Chein? It says Chaninas also. Some say it isn't. Raman says it isn't that. There's a few types in it. So really, Chein does mean all these things. But Chein Poshet means charm. It means something that pulls. But Rebbe says over here that the Chein means over here Midas Arachim, as we learn from this whole Torah, everything ties together to one. Because the beginning, the Chein is small, it's only a charm. But then the Chein becomes, it's such a sweetness, like Midas Arachim, a very higher kind of Chein. Okay, so one at a time. You don't turn a page yet. Come on. Sorry, a little too long, everything. Okay, I'll make it fast. Okay, not that fast, not that slow. Let's start it again. What is the Shvatim? What's the Shvatim business, right? What's the Shvatim? How do you say this is bracha with Chein? Right? The Shvatim are the 12. Shvatim means whoever run, it's Yaakov. And Yosef, I'll have the Shvatim. The Shvatim mean are 12 drachim of Avodas Hashem. It's 12 tivei hanefesh. In the Sefer Yetser Hora it says a person has 12 tivei hanefesh. You see, which is Reuven, you hear, Shimon, right? Talk, which is Yehuda, think, which is Yisachar, right? His will is going out with your feet to make business, bring the sides of the back, go to your hands, doing things. Usher is eating, right? Where are we holding? Naftali is Simcha. Binyomin is Chein, Yosef is Menashe and Ephraim, which is Bris, and the Hagosha, the feelings. Levi is Cyrus and the Sata. Okay, so that's more or less what we're all about, right? Now, a person has to be able to malachi in all those 12 things. But first, this is the lessons. Eisav comes in all these 12 things, you know. It comes all the time. We don't want to look too long. You can say ruchnes. You have to watch your eyes. You have to watch your ears. You didn't. Okay. You can say very big ashmas. You know, some things you don't see things. You don't have the courage to feel. You know, something is wrong with you. Okay. So in other words, it means everything that goes in your life. And we have to, in everything, in Avodas Hashem, there's a thing that the person always put the Eibishter in his whole life, which is that's the thing that I'm attaching my life to the Eibishter. Right. So when Eisav comes, which can mean you read in a feeling one of those 12 things that you're doing, your Shvatim, right? Or if Eisav comes and makes some heaviness or sickness or the Shvatim, like we feel today, we're all very healthy people today, right? There's always headaches, stomachs, and all. So this is what the Rebbe is talking about. So Yaakov has this casual with Eisav. Now we're going to say, what do we have to give the brachas to the Shvatim? Right now, you're busy with this idiot, right? You went to give brachas to the Shvatim. This is the occasion that he gave the brachas. That's a good question, right? Oh, so this is the answer. The answer is that he has to, the brachas are how to get us saved from the Tsaddik, which is Eisav. Because it's just Eisav. You're not going to get me, because I worked to Hashem, I connected my whole life to Hashem. Through halos, ha-seichel, stakos, ha-seichel, shekol dover. Till I've found the Chein of this world, I found how to find Chein, and I know how to give you a present. You're going to take it, you're going to quiet down. And I know it's going to work. Now, the Shvatim, which means all Klal Yisrael, the Torah is saying, how are we going to get saved with you? It says, Shvatim, it says, Hagilodim asher chona an Alkim es Avdech. To say that the Eibishter gave Klal Yisrael, right, has a lot of levels of people. Asher chona an Alkim. Asher Yisrael made Klal Yisrael a lot of levels of people, very different kind of people. The Rebbe says he was going to make us kittas, right? Some people say, means we have to fight. Everybody has to fight. There's a guy who talks stuff like that. It's crazy. It's crazy. I bet it's different. This guy's, it's my frummer, more dear. This one, I have this guy, Chossid, this guy, Torah. There are a lot of kind of people around. Right? That's what Hashem wants. And Hashem wants us all to be b'achdus. And everybody have a life. Not one putting lives one to the other who's happening together. We have to hold the house together to get. So he says to Eisav, you over this, they want to make fights over here. You're going to want to break everybody up. Because there's a guy who doesn't know how to learn. You're going to tell him he doesn't know how to learn. You're going to break his heart. This guy, big chacham, you're going to make him a balgaiva, which is even worse than everything. This guy's always upon us. He said, well, we're working all day. Well, because you have to work all day. This guy's a big head. He wants to understand. So, hey, quiet down. Just understand without questions. They say, this is the place right now when you have to do it. You're standing before the Tsaddik. Here you got to get them all out, everybody out of his situation. Wait, I am at the service. Hashem doesn't want for me what I can't do. Doesn't want for me today what I can't do today. He just wants me to do it today. I can't learn anything today. Nothing. I can't daven good, but I can learn. Do whatever you can. You have that chaninus. That's the midas rachmim. That's what the Rebbe talks about in the Likutei Shebechalodim. The Likutei that are Yiddish is how we went out of Mitzrayim because Hashem found the Likutei of Tov in us. That there's something good in your respect to Hashem. Don't look at somebody else. Don't look at what you wanted to get to. And with Shvatim comes this whole problem. Usually there's that like that. Connect with Hashem. Okay, so he has a second bracha here. The first bracha is how to get him with that. How's the second bracha? Right. Now, this is Binyomin. Anybody Binyomin here? No Binyomin here? Oh, so that's like the Rebbe says. Binyomin lo yahayaz. Right? So who cares about Binyomin? Right? So you have to get the bracha from Yosef. And Yosef says, Alkim yachnecha b'ni. Right. And because of that, we had to have the whole parasha, this whole story of Yosef. Let's just get back to the parasha of Vayigash, and everything. Right? They found they made there was no food, right? They will have to go down, and Yosef locks them up, and the whole thing, and then makes a headache for his father, but it's crying and screaming, and everybody's sick. They couldn't go, and they went. They were afraid. Oh, wow. Why do you do such a thing? Something nice. You meet your brother and say, oh, sorry, hello. Well, why do you do this whole thing? And the whole thing you should bring Binyomin. What do you have to bring Binyomin for? You don't know your father, right? He's going to have a big headache with you. We make it tzar b'lachayim for your father, you can work it tzar. Because he know that he couldn't. No way. You're going to fix the problem. You're going to fix the problem if you wouldn't bring Binyomin. And they couldn't bring this thing to where it have to be. Yosef is the mamshech of Yaakov. As the Rebbe says about Yaakov. Yeah, so what's this mamshech mean? Now you see Menashe Ephraim later on had nothing, it wasn't as special at all. Bnei Yosef, right? Right, there was a big problem. The whole Golos was from Europe and Avot and everything. What is this thing of Yosef? It's not, does it go for Yichus later? No. As the Rebbe teaches us, or most teaches very lengthily, you have the overcame brought the Das into the world. Ram Rishon Mamina, Yitzchak, Ram Yitzchak, Yaakov, Hava, Yira. Yaakov is how to work with Hashem and everything in this whole world, which came out of the Torah. Now, how is it going to go into the new world, into the world of the Shvatim? So all the Shvatim say, we got it. And Yaakov says, no, you need Yosef. Now, who's this Yosef? Yosef's prima is a Torah. Yosef is the Seichel. Yosef has he has a fire of the Torah, which is Kedusha, which is the dargas of Tzaddikim. The levels of Tzaddikim is something people can understand. You can talk yourself, what's this Tsaddik business, Tsaddik, what's it all about? But if you have a Zer, it's explained very clearly. That's the only way that there is that way of Das and Zer Rachman. Only Tzaddikim can be Malad, Avodas Yisrael, to be able to make the Yichudim and the Tikkunim. And there's a lot, it's a very clear thing if you just learn the Zer insect. The whole thing is very interesting, very clear. But Yosef is the tzaddikim that are zoicha, that have more very high darga. And it's before it gets very, it's a darga, there's nefesh, ruach, and neshama. That's not enough. Most of us don't have nefesh. That's the Balchuva government, not one of it have nefesh. Somebody has ruach, he's something, it's the Madregas for all big people. Shama is big tzaddik. Right. And that's not enough to make the yichud of the able to remember. You have to have slings and a shamachai. But instead of talking about I don't think because I don't understand. As it says, but we can get it. It's for about 30 times this whole thing. How the Already goes up. Now the Rebbe explained this, what this is really out, how the tzaddik and the whole thing of chayim, kamat yichida. Yichida is something you can't really handle this world, but to make the yichud that should have Rumidas Arach and Chanani, you have to have a tzaddik. Without this tzaddik, they're stuck. The car's broken, there's no spare parts, fixing it. I call it. Your tank broke, they don't want to send you any parts, I need this right screw. It's out, you lost it, man. The tzaddikim army, there's enough. They have it spin it around. Means they give you back in the shama, they give you back your chelik, you go on. And your avodah goes up, and your lenachas ben Hashem. Hashem knows who you are. He knows where He puts you. So, P'chinas Yosef, it doesn't mean it doesn't go be yichus. P'chinas Yosef is the tzaddik. And Avram Yitzchak Yaakov, after that it goes to the tzaddik. But Yosef had that darga, they didn't understand that they need that darga at all. Right? And later it goes to Moshe. And then it goes to all the Nevi'im. And Tanoim, it's an Amaroy. How many Tanoim we have? Only 300. 320 Tanoim, so 7 generations. That's all. How many Amaroyim you have? Plus the 7 generations. 300-400 years, so 2,000. Probably in or something. How many Rishonim we have? We use about 70. Because the other guys with shleimus. There's a lot much more, but the shleimus. There's an explanation the Rebbe teaches us among my returns. Open your eyes, it's very plain, this whole thing. That's why you need the Baal Shem Tov Talmid. Baal Shem Tov is talking about their levels and how a year to get the picture. You know how to hold on. They fixed up this whole thing, it's very plain. And He taught us we need Yosef. Because without Yosef, we have no kesher to a status primus hasechus called over. And everybody knows that. You can't learn Svarim from the Baal Shem Tov, and you start to know what it means. It means panimus, but you got to get it, But after you get it, you always fall down, so you don't get it anymore. That the Rebbe teaches us how to hold on to these things in a real way. You have to learn it your way, and get it your way, and with tefillah, with ascholas, and with the kesher of the Rebbe. He says, I'm going to fix this whole thing. Everything's going to work. I know where you are. I can help you where you are. So this is called Prinas Yosef. Right. So when Rebbe says Yaakov Yosef, it doesn't mean, Yosef who lived in the year 2000 and he's a love for him and 300 and something. He's talking about Yosef in every generation. Now we get to understand what Rebbe means over here in this Torah. And now we're holding before that, why do Rebbe talk about Binyomin? Who needs Binyomin? Binyomin also needs a blessing. Why didn't Yaakov give him the blessing, Couldn't bless them in the house, one day. Why do you have to go with Binyomin? Oh, because over here starts this whole thing. The whole setup, the Shvatim, which means all Israel, don't search for seichel. Excuse me, People don't search for seichel. You have people, Baruch Hashem, have their level of seichel, and they go with that, So, in other words, the Shvatim, everybody's a big shot with this thing. You don't really attach to Hashem completely. Yosef tells everybody, the Basam Roy, you're not complete, you're missing something. You say, hey, you idiot, get out of my way. What are you talking about? Mixing me up? And Yaakov says, no, he can teach us something more, which is the pneumius. You call it Kabbalah. No, it's the point what the Tsaddik can teach us. That's what Yosef has. That fire that goes to Hashem, the thing, the whole thing should be oil. Just with this explanation we can do it right now, right? Okay, so that's Yosef, right? So we have all the Shvatim that need a bracha to get out of Eisav. That's the first thing. Okay, so we're having the first thing we learned together is how Yaakov and the Shvatim need a Yeshua to get saved from Eisav. Okay. Now he says Binyomin, he goes to a different level over here. Here we're talking about already with the whole thing with Yosef. Because all the Shvatim needed a Yeshua to attach back to Yosef, we had to have Binyomin. Right? That's the whole story of the parashas goes that way, right? What I'll be doing, come back by why. What does Binyomin mean? Okay, so we have Binyomin had how many children? 10. Well, all of them were named after?
Yes.
Yeah, so that means Binyomin, all day and all night, he was after Yosef. So the Zohar Kodesh explains there's a thing called Tsaddik Elyon, and a thing called Tsaddik Tachton. Tsaddik Elyon is the Tsaddik. Tsaddik Tachton is the Makurv to the Tsaddik. Makusha to the Tsaddik. I'm looking for it. I need you. I want you. Binyomin, I want to go the right way. Now, we know, as I explained before, Reuven, Shimon, all the Reuven is Rehia, Shimon, Shmiya, right? Osher, Achila, Dan, Kaas, Mustav. What else do we talk about?
Naftali Simcha.
Naftali Simcha, right. What's Binyomin? Snoring. Sleeping. Bittel. What's the Tsaddik at that bittel? Binyomin is bittel. It's a sleep with a shtoikik. That's what you want today. This is the Lavan. Binyomin is the Lavan. So that's how. Yosef knew that the Shvatim, I'm not going to have Charot and we'll do Tshuva. They're never going to believe it. And this whole thing is that you have to get them to the point. They should understand how Chossid there is this point that he has is very Chossid. How did he do it? That they had to scream, Daddy doesn't like anybody here, just Binyomin. Why do you like Binyomin? Because Binyomin is with that brother, he's not that there, he's just looking for that. He didn't find it, but he's looking for, very interesting. Can you bring him here? We'll talk then. But he's a different kind of guy, it's not like us, And Daddy loves him. Why does he love him? Why do you love you? He likes guys, rabbis, Well, because he's searching for something, he's some of those funny guys, really, okay. But he's very important to Daddy, yeah. Really, okay. So you got to bring him. So that's why he came out, really. They did tshuva and understand that the whole thing that Yaakov wanted is Binyomin, which is Lavan, which is the taking of katnas. By his shtoikis to the truth, and you do whatever you can. So Yosef had to give him the bracha. Because over here we're going on. Here, first thing we're talking about Eisav saving Yaakov, the Das, the Seichel. It should be in the Kedusha as a bit of work, and getting all the Shvatim to get out of Eisav, which is by us. It means, how do we get out of this Midas Adin? It doesn't let us be Ma'ala the Chein and Mitzvah Yisrael. How do we get out of the Midas Adin? It doesn't let us live with Seichel. We need those both levels. One is the Seichel B'atzma, and one is the Seichel that we need in every other thing we do in life. We're mixed up. I don't feel good today. I had a good doctor appointment, had a thing, got a fight, somebody stopped me, shake it because of Abu's terrible world, you know. Okay, you get this one of the Shvatim, right? But you forget. So you need these two things. One is Etzem Seichel, and one is all the big stuff Seichel. But you need something else also. So the low level, how to want something when you're lost, right? Okay, so this is not with Eisav anymore. This is with something else. You have to connect with the Tsaddik that he can shine and a light into your place, shine an Eisav into you, right? Oh, so here we're standing already with Yosef. So Binyomin lo yoyos, he was sleeping. He was playing with Chein. So Binyomin lo yoyos, what the Rebbe told Binyomin lo yoyos, right? Binyomin is another prin, he said. It's the prin of sleeping, right? He's not there, right? So he Abdcha Yosef b'cheng Alkim yachnecha b'ni. So we were waiting for this, right? How many years? 17 years, 20, 17 years, huh? Huh?
What?
How much?
Over 30. 30 years.
30 years, right.
From Yosef
From Yosef to Binyomin?
From Eisav.
That was 30 years, huh? 30 years. Okay, quite some time, you know. You come in? I was waiting for you. I'll give you a Benny. Finish those two. Why? Because that's the whole thing. That's just what the Rebbe said. Alkem Yaakov, he means everything. Yaakov knew that to be mamsha, the conditions of the world, right? Avraham Yitzchak gave us a half a year at the established the Torah, the way the Torah is supposed to be. You have to have the Shvatim should be interested in, we should keep out of Eisav. But then you have to have the Likutei over here. This one here, we're not talking about Eisav anymore. Here we're talking about the Hashem should give you the koyach of being able to find a Chein ben Hashem and looking at the Seichel to search the Likutei. And you were looking for that. Now you got it. Here I am, Yosef. You just came back to me, you're looking for me. And right away he sat down to know Yosef. And Yosef, he told him right away who he is. You know, just other guys. And he gave him 5 Khalifa Small, which is Moharan, he gave him over the Torah, he gave him just the connection of the Tsaddik and Tsaddik Tafel. Through that became V'yigasher of Yosef. Through that, everybody joined the club already. Yehuda came back. But we spoke a little too lengthily and we weren't in explanation, but to understand what it says here, which is very important, we just have to bring this out. You can't bring out what's going on here. But we still didn't finish this thing right now. Let's go to the next step here. It says, Yosef and Yosef gave him a bracha, right? Here, the Rebbe talks a new thing, a bracha. A bracha. So, wow. We don't get a bracha. That's interesting. He gave him the bracha of Chein. His verse is a bracha. Yosef called Yosef B'chinas Yaakov. Ela Todas Yaakov Yosef. But he could tell Yosef. Which again, what does it mean? He could tell Yosef. What's the chiddush over here? We notice he could tell Yosef is Yaakov. And we're talking about what this Mama, what this Torah is teaching. This Mama teaches you, yeah, Torah is very important, and Tefillah is very important, but it's all when it's going to bring you to look at the Seichel, and Pnim is the Seichel and everything. To get out of the Yetser Hora, to be able to walk in the street and serve Hashem, not emptiness. Be at home and always thank Hashem. And everything, find how Hashem did it. And all these gashmis things, when you have bad divers and everything, attached with the Seichel and do it differently. I know this is what I'm looking for. Have the courage to be misgaber. Have the courage to go with Hashem. And all the things that go in your nefesh, happiness, same if you get out all these problems, and to attach to the moon and Vegas, be able to daven and everything. So how are you going to be zeicher to that? How are you going to be zeicher to that? Avraham Yitzchak Yaakov built that up. Yaakov gave that into Yosef, which Yosef means a whole generation. Is a Tsaddik, was a Nevi'im, was Moshe Rabbeinu, and all the Nevi'im. And it's Tanoim, and the Amiroim, and the Rishayim, they gave us the pictures, whole thing. They gave us what's really going on, these Tsaddikim Magdolim. And Hashem to put it into us, all these Tsaddikim there, so very clearly from the reserve. And Reb Shimon, the Riyah Kodesh, and Hashem, and the Rebbe brings us into us, produces it very clearly over here, which is all Meruma, is what the Rebbe said before, like Yinayin Shmai. Well, after the Yinan is Meruma, it's two nuns, right? And Yinan, it comes back to first Chein and the second Chiddush. Yinan is a short nun, Kufef, no? A bent nun, and a longer nun, right? Right. And here, which is, it's another Shiur for today. To get into it, I don't remember if we spoke about this, but Rebbe Nachman says, and then this means the Rebbe is Megal, the Rebbe of Nos. The first nun means, first nun is the Yin of the Slachta Masechel. Second nun is the Yin of the Simpson, or Allah Sachain. And Yinan means, the Yinan, what's the word attached to the word Yinan? So you say into Hillam, Shlosh Leim Abedach says, Yinan means, usually, it's to live forever. It should forever happen. Yinan is Lashon Malchus, it's a Shror. But Yinan means also, Manoim means break. Burn down, the Hamas, they go get Yinan, burn them out. You bring Machriv. Yinan is to be Machriv. So it means two things. What's this whole Yinan thing? I went to something very deep there. Just get it from playing this. I'm the Kavan of Amen, Alef, Mem, Nun, right? The long Nun. The Riyah Kodesh explains that the Nun which is bent, it means Malchus Bekatnus, right? The long Nun means that the Malchus gets Shefa. That happens when we say Amen. There's a Sarusa de Vesata, which is Binyomin. There's a Haver Sarusa de Vesata, which brings on Shefa, and the Munolek said, you have the Kavanas, it's very for the and Yinan is that attachment of the two. And Ram Nachman explained that that's the whole thing of the attachment to the Rebbe and Nos. Because what the Rebbe is talking about, to see the Seichel Shekal Dover, is totally in this generation for the Rebbe and Nos. That's where we get the Sichel, the Baal Shem Tov, and we can live with it. If there's a Hava V'Shalom by us, we're going to be all right, we're going to get it. But we need a bracha, man. Because or else, you got the Eisav, makes Machlokes, and Minias, and Bilbulim, right? So this is what exactly when Binyomin needs a bracha. Yeah, because Binyomin is already, he suffered from this whole thing. This is the curve to the Tsaddik who is suffering. Now, we have to get the Prin of Yaakov, which is the Yetser Hora Seichel, which shines into the Chein, right? Yosef is the way that can bring both things into us. Yosef has to give us the bracha. Who's this Yosef who gives us the bracha? Can anybody have a guess, please? Huh? How do you get the bracha? Now, come on, then. What do you guess, huh? So the Rebbe is teaching us where you're going to get the bracha, huh? You're a nice guy, you're going to give us the bracha, huh? This is what the Rebbe is teaching this story, that this is the Maisa, that we should be Zeicha, to wake up, get out of this emptiness of the world, which is everything's without a meaning, cold. So no meaning in Torah, no meaning in Tefillah. No, there's no Geschmack on Shabbos, no Geschmack. You don't know Pneumius, you don't know how the Eibush is here, you don't feel it at all. And this coldness when you're having, you read this and feel this, you're not going to wake you up. This whole thing which is going on in us, which is come Eisav and Aveda Tsaddik. We need a bracha, and the bracha is from the Rebbe. The Yinan. The Yinan means forever. Yinan means a bracha. That's what the Rebbe says, that you can't get a Kabbalah Seichel, only to pronounce Yinan. That the Tsaddik is Mamshech a bracha to the last nun, which is a bracha, which is Amen, like a bracha. So in the word Minyan, you have bracha, right? You understand what I mean? The Rat Hamshocha is Omen, which is a bracha. Yinan is a bracha. That means the Rebbe is here still. It's Torah Tzaddik is forever. It's a fact, You like the Baal Shem, you like the Rebbe, you don't like him. Who cares? It's a fact. You got a Klal Yisrael, yeah? The guy, they want to know, there's no such thing, they all know. Nah, it's a fact. It's a fact, though. We're here. The Eibush is here. It's a fact. You don't have to remember there's no Rebbe's, no. It's a fact. And the fact is the Rebbe brings us in the light of the Baal Shem Tov, and it's the Levush on the Baal Shem Tov's light, which needs that. It's so eminent. It's so. Oh, we need a bracha. What is a bracha? The bracha is to get the rachman. We need rachman. Every day there's machlokes and things, and there's nothing nobody even makabel from, and you don't get it. You know how you're all alone, and you think there's no such thing. It comes to thinking of pneumias when a person looks in his house, reminds of Hashem. I think he doesn't know how great it is to have this burning and Achdus Hashem. Think about Him. He doesn't think. He doesn't know what a bracha is. You don't know what learning Torah means. You don't mean acting nice in your house means. You don't know what midas Torahs are. How important it is. And what is you can sit down to eat something or something else now, when it's the Yetser Hora, you think about the ruchnis. You know what you're doing. You know how great that is. You know how special your life is and how easy it is. But when you have dinam on yourself, you don't believe in it. You don't know how close to it. You can't do it. You lose out in it. You don't know how to do it. And he thinks you know. You want to know a little deeper. You know, like I was asked a question. I have a question. Like, what's your question? You don't do anything. There's no questions. You don't have to know deeper. Just get the thing. Deeper as you learn, one day I'll know the answer to my question. I know everything of facts. How do you do it? I know the Shiur. So because I'm in Kasha the Shiur, I think about the Eibush, not about this time. And I know that this time can turn over to how with a Kedusha, a year in Kedusha. There's more to learn. Okay, but that's it. No. But we need a bracha. And that's the answer where we are. Man, you need a bracha. We need Alkim Yochnecha, Chaninas, Tov, Nachas, to know that we're Nachas Ben Hashem. In other words, the whole thing is Rebbe's teaching us over here in this Torah. It says, I taught you the whole thing. If it doesn't work by you, there's some of the Sadin, which comes because you got to do tshuva, you know, and it's not allowing you to go in. It's keep locking you out. That's why the Rebbe finishes his Torah with this thing of the brachas, of how Yaakov waged the war with Eisav, for the Rebbe said, and how all the Shvatim, just everybody in his corner has to wage the war and get out of Eisav. And then just to the basic thing, how do everything connect to the Amos after you get out of Eisav, which is the din that takes you out. There's something that makes you not connected at all. You can't wake it up. You don't have the understanding, you know, because there's a lot of problems. Here it was Yosef. Yosef is B'chenas Yaakov. And Yosef means that Tsaddik Shabbat B'chol Rebbe. That's the Rebbe's Zohar. And that's what we're learning this here with Rebbe's Sefer, B'tmimus today. And being Mekushah to the Rebbe, working for the Rebbe, doing for the Rebbe, the way that we can be attached with the Derech HaEmes, with your whole heart. We're looking for this Tzmimus, the heart. Emes, the sweet breast of Chossid, helping one or the other, being in a shul together, attaching one to another, help one another. Get this light of the Rebbe into us, get out of all this monkey business. You know? No chaos, no chalukis, no problems around. It's such a light here. And we'll start that. So we're connecting to the Rebbe. That's where the bracha is. So now you know who's going to bench us? The Rebbe. And where? The Rebbe's teachings. That Rebbe Nelson's explained a lot of times. But the Rebbe says, if you'll search for his Ruach HaKodesh in his Sefer, that is the bracha. And friends give the bracha, the mamshas, the Kudas HaRab, the Kudas HaTsaddik, the Kudas HaRab, the Kudas HaChaver, and the Kudas HaTzma. Here's where the bracha, the Rebbe says, that's the bracha. That's what his bracha is. It's here. That's why the Rebbe says, Yaakov Yosef Cheshkechodetz, editor is Yaakov Yosef. All of the Ovis Yaakov Yosef is in every generation through this parish Yosef. What happens to this? 5 parishes in Torah by Yosef. Right? You have 5 in the Chumash Bereshis. Chumash Moshe, 5 parishes about the Mishkan. Why? Because it's the same thing. Mishkan is the way that Hashem comes into us, and the way to come back to the blessing, even after we messed it up. We messed everything up. There's a way to get back. There's a Chumash Moshe. Why is Chumash Moshe called Chumash Moshe? You know, Bereshis is because it's the beginning of the world, right? Vayikra is because Hashem tells the Torah from the crew. Vayikra. Bamidbar happened the Midbar. Dvarim is Dvarim. Why is it Shmos? It's Chumash Mitzrayim, but Chumash Nisim, what is it? No, Shmos is your name, who you are. What is Shvatim? What's happening to you? We're the Chein of the Eibishter. We're the happiness of Hashem. We are the happiest people. We're the Moharan Adama. And we become slaves. We're broken. We're bastards. We have you read this as Shaltachtas. Have all kind of feelings. We don't know how to get out. But there's a Moshe Rabbeinu who's the Yosef of the Torah. You don't believe in him. You say, come on, don't bother. You start going with him. Things go wrong. Terribly wrong. Sounds like a mess. But then Eibishter takes us out. Then we mess it up again. Takes us out, gives the Torah, we'll mess it up. There's a way to fix it. We got the Rebbe that teaches us this way of happiness, simcha. Get that bracha. Let's get that bracha. Well, let's see how it finishes this thing here a little bit, this point. Yosef, but now the Rebbe goes into the explaining what Yosef has to make with us all the time. So first thing that say place in a plain way, P'chor is the seichel. Like I said before, Yaakov is the P'chor. It's a Shiur l'shon staklos. Asherenu means seeing, right? P'chor is Shiur if you look at things. Shiur is that you look. Asherenu. P'chor, looking at everything in the seichel, right? Looking at nefesh. Nothing working out. No, but Hashem, I did do something for Hashem. Simcha. Looking at something that isn't so. Because, how do you read this? It's supposed to be reading. You look at the truth. Hodaloi, sure. Tzrichim l'stakel b'seichel sheyesh b'chodo. Zeh hodaloi. The Geminkel is Ziv lei. Oh, that is or. Seichel me'er loi b'chodo v'afel ha'mokum sheyesh ofel b'choshech. Me'er le'aseichel shezoichel l'stakel l'aseichel sheyesh b'chodo v'mekav v'yisrael Hashem yisparach. Seichel shines to you. So, again, this is like the main point of this whole matter. And we have to know that we find ourselves a lot of situation in a mokum ofel b'choshech. Yeah, something out of a warehouse, working with their things and everything's screaming, the boss screaming at you, and it's a rainy day and there's no pay. and I'm going through that. Hey, we live in Yetser Hora, Hashem. We don't know what life is really. Really dark world, you know what it is, hanging out with gangs. It's we've never gone through these things. You know what? And I know rest of the how much that's all through it. It's not happy, it works. Now, by us, it's, is eating and sleeping, and you read this. But we right? Is what? Now, this is really what the Rebbe says at the beginning of the story, right? That we start to say the whole world is a different story. This world is not the light down, the whole world is not the number of flavors in the world. The Gashmis, the Schias and the Kids, I bring it back. The Gushim, the thing with the Yetser Hora is I can do it without the Yetser Hora. It's kosher, I do it kosher, it's kosher, and I do it with the Kiddush, I think about something else. It's wonderful, right? So this is really the whole teaching of Stakul Seichel Shalom. The Rebbe says, Chochmas Odom Torah Panav. It makes everything light. Everything's light. It's a different word. You're not in charge. Nobody can bother you. Things don't bother you anymore. On the other hand, no, it's a Chidus HaKlippus. It's a tikkun. I have Agmas Nefesh, another tikkun. B'zyanis, thank you so much. Everything, you know what is going on. You know what's going on. The Rebbe explains and everything. The Rebbe must explain everything. What's going on. So this is really the whole Torah. So, can I ask a question? Why does it say over here at the end? This whole thing is the whole thing of the picture in the beginning. Why does it say at the end over here? And why does the Rebbe explain it on a pasuk, Parasharei, Hodaloi, which is Parashas Veichi, right? Remember, huh? No, Parashas is Dvarim. Dvarim, yeah. And Dvarim, by the Brachas, Parashas Dvarim. Let's push this out. Rebbe said there's just another 2 words in the beginning of it. This is like the basics of Avodas Hashem. If we get into a taste that time, why did he say over here? Okay, so just in short, we've made the Shiur very lengthy today, but in short, the answer is that whoever is a Makom of the Choshech usually doesn't have the schus to be zeicher to it. Usually you're going to fall away. In the beginning, you're going to be zeicher. Sometimes you shine, you get everything. So you see the Eberson Makom of Choshech. But you're really in the awful Choshech, like a few years in. You dug into those tunnels, you're in underground, you're not going to be held on. That's what it means here. But even though you're really down there, you get that bracha from Yosef, you got to be able to do it. You got to come back. And that's what Rebbe does, as he gets us out of the darkness. Of course, it means the same thing. You can see every you find Hashem. Which by us means in life, and other things, acting people, problematic things, and things of these Yetser Hora. There's a emptiness, wasting time. You look into it, you find. When you zeich, it's very nice. So it's but I don't know if you know about that, but sometimes it doesn't work. Ever heard of that? He doesn't know. He's got to get out of his sheep. It don't work anymore, Hey, you sold me something without a guarantee, I can say everything without a guarantee, So it don't work. That's what I was thinking. You don't have a guarantee. I can bring you to that, because there's the Tsaddik, the bracha for the Rebbe, which is getting closer to the Rebbe, learning Rebbe's Torah together. All these Eisav the Rebbe teaches us. Or a person has to do it himself. It was this boy, this Chossid, and getting that bracha of the Rebbe's lush and the sichas around, put them around. Yourself, what his boy is for learning. Your friend, with friends, good friends. 1 word, it's 5 minutes of a week, a day, 2 minutes a day. A word or two, something, and being together. You get that bracha. Then a Makom of the Chossid be able to hold on. Now, this is what it says in that pasuk. What does it in the pasuk? Talking about Yeshua. Yeshua Ben is talking about his Talmud, Yeshua. You had Yosef. Next in line is Moshe. It was next Yeshua. Right? So you go. And so he said, that I'm giving all my power to Yeshua, that he should be able to take us into Eretz Yisrael. So it's just and the Rashi explains over there, the length of it means. I just can't remember that exactly. But the Taish of the pasuk is Yeshua is Pines Lavan. So he's talking to say, Yeshua, who's going to be in the Makom of the Choshech, Moshe Rabbeinu went up to Shemayim already. Now he's alone, and he has to bring us into Eretz Yisrael, which is Anhog of Malchus. It's Anhog of Eretz Yisrael is Anhog of Malchus in this world. It needs Rachman. And how do you do this? He says, that you look up to Yosef. You attach yourself to Yosef. But it's Shevet Ephraim and Menashe, it's Shevet Yosef. You attach yourself back to the Tsaddik. You're looking back at the Torah. From there, you're going to have all the power in the world to fight against Eisav, against whatever it is. Whatever that means. I don't remember the Russian means. I just can't remember right now. It's the 2 kinds of fights. The fight of Menashe and Ephraim. Rebbe explains, and Rebbe says one Torah about Menashe and Ephraim. What it means, just let's say one derech, and not a Menashe means kinashani Alkim. Amdovik and Sech. I forgot about this world completely. Ephraim means kinashani Alkim. It's on a very bad situation. they got a good Torah. So you got the Rivas, a lot of Ascholas, means Masha Ephraim is Ascholas person has to have, and that's the Kedusha of Primus Shevet Yosef, and the roughness to get there. That's what Menashe Ephraim was supposed to be. They didn't do that, they went off, so we're in Golas. We're staying with Yosef, which is Koil two Pchenes. The teachings of the Tsaddik is these two Pchenes. Baki Baratza and Baki B'Shai. Baki Baratza is Menashe, out of this world, and Baki B'Shai is Ephraim, where I am, but I have something. But that's the Pchenes. That's the guarantee that you're going to be able to be doving and it's trying to get that bracha. The Rebbe's firm, get attached to it. The Rebbe is giving us a bracha because the Rebbe's seeing. Every paschola we have, every time we learn the Rebbe's firm with the Emes, we have the Shocher, the bracha. The Fnei Shemesh, Yina and Shmoi, David HaMelech, the Oilam, the Malchus, the Eisav is around, the Tzaddikim are around. We can get that derech of Avodas Hashem. We can do tshuva, get back to it. Sometimes there's a fight. Sometimes it looks like it's all over, When she comes and it gets to a situation that's terrible. Now it's just opposite. It's even worse than it was. Now look at that. Keep it going. There's this test. There's this shyness. And the bracha is going to come in. We'll be zeicha to hold on and every day and playing. Be maladachem. Every time, every hour again. Start every few hours of that. Torah. It's like always getting into tefillah. Don't look back. All the readers you feel as you had. Don't look what's going to be. Get that bracha from the Tsaddik always. We'll be able to hold on to all these things that happen to us. All the things we have to do day and night to find Hashem in our ways. Be able to be l'chein v'lotzim in Hashem and find the chaninas. The Sarach will come. The Sarach is the bracha. So really I forgot to say that, because the connection we have to Rebbe is the tefillas that we have. Actually, we kind of saying we could have tefillas, asking Hashem that whatever things should work with me. I'm not giving up. That's the main thing. Don't give up. Don't give up. Whenever you read it, it's Alef. You're fighting with Eisav. You're fighting with these problems. You're going to win the war. It's Hashem's war. It's our Yetser Hora. It's our thing of getting out of this. Getting the Chein out of Mitzrayim. Hashem will help us. We see the good Hashem, the Binyomin. Go, Mamash.